Look, I'll pull up the video. This is
in
them raiding the wrong house the other night. And a buddy of ours, for people watching, this is a friend of ours that allowed us to talk about this. But this is fugitive apprehension team, but it's not local law. It's not law enforcement. They're basically
bounty hunters.
Yeah, they did not notify the local police, which is what they're supposed to do. But he said they had lights like that shining into every window around his house.
Well, you see what he's doing. He's shining into the camera.
Right.
They're all armed.
All of them. There's people behind the house, on the side of the house, shining lights in all the windows. They're trying to look through the blinds.
Yeah, I would press charges against all of them because that's peeping Tom.
He's working on it.
Well, he called, and the local law enforcement did say that they're supposed to notify us before they do this. But as far as tracking these assholes down, it's a little harder because they were looking for someone who used to rent the house that he lives in.
Right.
That's no excuse.
It's not at all. I'm saying, but that's why it's, they were at that house. It was the right house. Wrong person, wrong year, because the guy ain't lived there in years.
Right.
Well, that would be wrong house then.
Well, yeah.
And then
what I mean.
Dude at the front door is like, "Open the door. I'd hate to kick it down." Austin's like, "What the fuck?"
Wife, kids inside. He's armed now.
Yeah, of
you know what I mean. So I'm thinking, how bad could this shit have turned out? Because a lot of people, you come beating on their doors and shining fucking lights all in their windows, they're going to open fire on your ass. Because we're in Louisiana for one, and everybody's armed.
Right.
The bad part about it is after he would have shot somebody, he would have to live with that for the rest of his life.
Yeah, and his first thought waking up is somebody's breaking into my shit. Somebody's breaking into my cars or something like that, know. So
it was.
Because
it's true.
Anybody else that's like, you're not doing anything illegal. You're not expecting bounty hunters, police, nobody to start banging on your door at 2:00 in the morning, telling you open up, we have warrants. And so even because they don't have anything. Watch this guy not the next guy when he jumps the ditch, but
yeah, because he didn't jump nothing to him.
They weren't police, so nobody was ever like, "Hey, this is the police, open up." So he's trying to ask them to identify themselves, and they just keep saying like fugitive recovery, and he's just like, "No, I don't believe these people. Like they're trying to get me to open the door, and they're gonna bust up in here."
How many? What kind of rights do these assholes have, though? These bounty hunters. And I'm not gonna call them all assholes. I just mean this group of assholes that did this. But what are their rights? Does anybody know? Like, what are they allowed to do by law?
Well,
because suppose you'd have shot one of these assholes in the face from inside your house.
No, you can't shoot anybody from inside to outside.
If he's beating on your door, threatening to kick it in?
It depends on how hard they're beating and what they're doing. It's so an attempt. You have to show that it's an attempt.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was telling him when he said that it was like somebody was breaking in. It was like they was.
Right.
And I was going to make the point to him that if I jump up and I start running at him and I cock my fist back and my fist is face height.
Sure.
And all of this is all flexed up, looking like, like something other than what I'm looking like now. Yeah. And then so what happened? So Boogie jumped up and was trying to punch Justin in the face. Right?
Yeah.
So all these people running up with all these flashlights and everything, they coming in.
Yeah.
They're not doing all of this to stop.
So that's my point. So
had
he been standing in his living room in his damn drawers with a pistol and decided to open fire on one of these assholes,
If everything is dark and you can't make out who it is and you're asking for like in other words, if you have to have unrefutable.
And he couldn't see out because, it's dark outside. They're pointing flashlights in the windows. And they were doing it so that he couldn't see them.
Right. But I forgot the whole point I even brought this up because you were talking about, how certain people act, when a situation first happens like Terry Crews. And that's kind of how Austin was, that while it was going on, I mean, you woke up in the middle of the night, your brain's not thinking, but now afterwards, the next day, he's fucking furious. Like, I wish I'd have done this. I should have done that.
And that's why it's a crime. That's why it's a crime because, like, if you have a police that violates your rights, right? Of course, we live in South. He did, you did, I did. I don't know if Brad did, but I can tell you right now, when it happens, and then you're trying to explain it to somebody, they take it the same way you take it at first.
Yeah,
right.
But they don't understand the backlash of that like the next day,
right?
Like how infuriating it is. And then of course if you have a cop that accuses you of doing something bad and you got to go to court and you sit in the court and you look over at him, right? I mean, I can still see some faces sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I get to the point to where I forget names, but I see faces. Or get to the point where I remember a name, but I forget a face. That messes with you after a while, like later on.
So what do you do in this situation? Because you know you're going to be sitting around pissed about it for days.
Right.
You know,
you press charges against everybody and get everybody's name.
Yeah.
There's other ways to do
If
things
you can.
too. There's other ways.
Probably
to do
they
things.
may have been from out of state.
But still, there's other ways. Just like they could legally wreak havoc on him, you can legally wreak havoc on somebody else.
Right.
I could do you some legal stuff that'll make you hate me.
But I know, but you know where I'm at.
I know.
I'm saying like this situation, these guys, it's the middle of the night. You don't even know who the hell they are. They just find out they're at the wrong house, you know, or like I said, right house, wrong person. You asked
the wrong person because I have a hard time letting
and
go.
That's my point. Because I would want
shit like that.
No, I would want to. Like,
I'm mad for him.
Yeah, I told Justin that today. That it's got me pissed off, and it wasn't my house.
A lot of people that had it real easy growing up, and you tell them about that, they're like, and you sit over there,
Just like
you could always tell, by somebody's reaction whether they had it good growing up or not.
I just think it's bullshit because I mean, you come acting like that and don't expect any kind of consequences. Like that's nonsense because that boy didn't do nothing to deserve that. His family could have been dead because had they saw in that living room, oh, he's got a gun, and one of them guys freak out and start popping off rounds. This dude's got children in his house.
Yeah, I mean that's the biggest issue is like being woken up at 1:30 in the morning isn't great, but when it's already, for them at least, even before they knock on the door, it's a high tense situation. They're like, we're going after whoever they're going after. I don't know what crimes he committed, but
they're already
enough for them to, so they're going up to this house. It's late at night. They're probably nervous. And then now your door's being banged on by who knows who. So you're up, you're nervous. So everybody on both sides of the situation is just like, nervous. Who's going to make a move first,
They're not nervous no more.
No, you know what they are? They gung-ho. They were ready. They couldn't wait.
Yeah. They get to the point to where they
bunch of dog bounty hunters.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is,
up, brother?
Maybe not even nervous.
No, you in there, brother.
If they weren't expecting a criminal to do something, they really, they wouldn't pull up, guns out, flashlights out, AR strapped around their necks and shit.
They were ready.
Exactly. So all it takes is one bad move on either side, and now somebody's dead. And in this case, an innocent person's dead
that's like them.
Like
we talked about earlier, them no-knock warrants. Why a lot of places are stopping that shit, man. That's bullshit because innocent people are losing their lives over that nonsense. Over somebody they're trying to, because he was selling dope. It's like, figure it out. Get him later.
What was the conclusion of this?
Nothing yet. It just happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did he open the door?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he wound up opening and talking to him and basically explaining that, I don't know who the fuck you're looking for.
Right.
Never seen him, never met him.
Did he call the police?
They didn't believe him. He did today.
Oh,
no,
man,
he may have called.
I would have called right then and there.
I think he called Friday. He called Friday during the day, and today he's speaking with his lawyer, and they're starting to figure stuff out.
See, and
his
you
lawyer's
just said
got some
it.
connections.
I would have. See, that's the problem Austin's going through is that he thinks about that, like what I should have done, what I could have done.
Absolutely.
Because when you get in that situation like that, you're just like, whoa, what the fuck?
Because that's how he was.
Listen to me when I tell you. I would have because of the fact that I know the difference between what their role is and what the police's role is.
Well,
so that's why when you ask me like what they can get away with, the legality of what they do is they bring it up to the line of the law, but then they stop.
Right.
And even push the envelope on it a little bit too.
They never told him who they were. They just told him they had a warrant. Mm-hmm. They were trying to recover a fugitive. They're looking for this person. So even into the next day when he called me and was talking to me about it on my way to work, he didn't know who these people were. Were they any kind of law enforcement? Were they not? Were they bounty hunters? He didn't know.
He probably didn't have enough time in his life.
I don't know what to do.
He probably. I'll tell you this. Listen, he probably didn't have enough time in his life to contemplate the aspects of this. Right. Whereas I did. I thought about this a lot. I'm well versed in this.
Well,
like when it comes to when it comes to once you have your rights violated by the police, you start to understand pretty much how things kind of go. That's why watching like Dog the Bounty Hunter was so interesting to me because I try to see how much they can push the envelope on what they can legally do. So when you ask me that, I was kind of befuddled because I got a library of shit that the cops can do. I got a library of shit that they can do, and then I'm like trying to figure out the differences in those two.
Well, I'm one. Can they because I know there is audio to this, and you can hear them say, "Don't make us kick the door." And can they do that?
Yeah,
bounty hunters.
Well,
like
I've read on it before, and apparently, so their jurisdiction stops at your front door unless they physically see who they're after.
Oh, okay.
And then they can make forced entry or whatever into the house. But if they don't physically see that person and you don't give them any access to the house or permission to access it,
and you're right, because and honestly, we keep bringing him up, but it's true with Dog the Bounty Hunter, he would always have to see him, or he would have to ask the person, like, can we come search?
Yeah, they try to coerce you into letting them come in.
But if you ever notice, when they first run up, they're like, this, that, because they're trying to work over the contingency of confusion.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
that's how they're trying to get you confused and,
that's what they do here at
adrenaline.
1:30 in the morning.
But once the dust settles down, they have so long to get off of your property.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but another point you made was they didn't call law enforcement for it.
You should have called law enforcement.
They should call law enforcement.
Well, that's a Louisiana law.
Yeah, the fucking cops said that they're supposed, and they said we have no record. We don't know why this was going on or why.
All he knew is it wasn't them.
They're going to try to find out who.
So here's the thing. So Austin's got his own address that he can look back in, and he can find out who has an open warrant against that address.
Oh, he knows.
Okay. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, what we could do to comfort him is we could send him a lot of videos of bounty hunters getting arrested by the police.
Yeah.
Boom.
And police
Go
impersonators.
back in the video when they were first walking down the street, and you'll see them about to jump the ditch. It's right before that. Keep going back.
Well, why are you trying to jump a ditch and everything?
Right,
that's stupid.
If that dude fell?
Yeah, when he was jumping the ditch.
I got to see that. He did too, huh?
Whoops.
Shit.
We're here to get you, brother. That's Leland.
Yeah. Come outside.
No, that's Dwayne, the other son.
Yeah, look at his AR.
Walking around with a fucking AR falling in the ditch and shit.
Oh, yeah. If you got the wrong address, you didn't do.
That's their first night on the job, all of them. They were so excited.
No, they do that so much. They do that so much.
Well, he needs to practice jumping over.
He does.
Here's another
jumping ditches.
I'm gonna cover my behind on this too. So, one of my favorite topics is police impersonators.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've watched probably all of them, and there was some bounty hunters that got the cuffs put on them because they get outside of their city, they go to another city. Yeah. And while they're in another city, they're trying to ride around with their lights on and stuff like that. And they come to find out, I'm with a fugitive apprehension team.
Yeah.
Click. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna try to look up some of my favorites and send to Austin and try to calm his nerves.
Yeah, because there's rules and laws to that shit.
There is.
You know what I mean? You can't just going from jurisdiction to jurisdiction.
And I tell you another thing too. Oh my God, you want to talk about a mad cop? You get a cop that's on a bounty hunter's ass that's portraying himself as a cop.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. They don't like that.
Oh, they don't like it at all.
Right. And that's why they weren't trying to that's why they didn't say we're bounty hunters, because they know they probably get told to fuck themselves and get laughed at if they say I'm a bounty hunter.
Get the fuck off my property.
So they try to make you think that they're police because they can't say, hey, we're the cops, but they want you to think that they're the cops.
I almost think them bounty hunters, it's like they go overboard because a lot of them probably want to be cops.
Absolutely.
And can't.
No, they want to be bounty hunters, brother.
Some of because I know like Dog, he was a felon, so he couldn't have been a cop if he wanted to. Yeah, so
it was pepper
they don't want to
spray.
be. No, I don't think they want to be.
You don't think? Well, I almost think they do. They want to be on SWAT or something.
I think they want to be.
They roll up like SWAT
above. Because they got all of the tactical stuff on.
Oh, they come. You can see them. It's like Halloween.
If you got tactical written on something, they buying it. They got the tactical glasses and the tactical oil. I got the tactical bug spray. Like everything. Yeah.
Do you think those were like true ARs, or were they looking like ARs, but they were like more, the rubber pellet guns or something like that? You know what I'm saying?
According to Austin, it was like a kitted out like AR.
But you can do that, like you said, with fucking airsoft.
Well,
and that's why
you were hitting on Dog being a felon.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff he carries is just more
paintball shit. And,
whatever.
Pepper ball.
Yeah.
That's why he was so
stuff,
confused at first, because he's like, it's a dude standing at my door telling me he's got warrants and he's taking me to jail. And he's dressed, it looks like he's fresh off the SWAT team, but he's got like a home-built AR that's got, custom parts and it's colored and shit like that.
And
he's
like, knew the difference. So
he's like, what the fuck is this dude? So that's why he was like, I don't think this is a cop, but he's making himself sound like a cop. So is he trying to make me open this door to just bust in my fucking house? Like, what the fuck?
That's what I would have think. That's what I would think.
How did he get? Did he get the information? He got like the credentials or something. You found out who he was? Or?
No, they never told him. They just
rolled out.
They just told him
like,
what they were there for.
Like,
and you don't know this guy. Da da da. Are you sure you don't know this guy? Are you sure he's not in your house? He doesn't live here. Da da da. And he was like, no. What the fuck?
Didn't they ask if they could come search?
They did.
And he was like, nah.
I don't know what he told him.
Apparently they didn't search though.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I don't know what he told him. But
told him get the fuck.
Yeah, so they wound up leaving, and like I said, in his mind, he was still like, I don't know if they were stealing my fucking lawnmowers or if they were cops or what the fuck.
Hey guys, I really hope y'all enjoyed the episode. Plenty more content coming. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. Really appreciate it. Until next time, thank y'all.
Straight from the swamps of southern Louisiana. Straight from the swamps of straight from the swamps of southern Louisiana. Straight from the swamps of southern Louisiana. Let's get it.